I love helping children get passionate about reading.
Even a small child, when he improves his reading, developing into a reading habit, that is my proud moment.
Reading is something which cannot be ignored by anybody. I think if we are reading a banner also, that's also as a kind of a reading. So everywhere around us is a reading. Just we need to see which part we want to read and what we like. That's it.
I'm not only a librarian, this is my passion.
We'll let the parents and the teachers involve in reading journey of our students.
It's so important for me to see students grow.
I want to see the kids. I want to see the laughter, the excitement whenever they borrow a book.
I'm very proud to have designed this library.
تشجع المكتبة الطلاب على القدوم إليها من أجل القراءة والاطلاع والبحث.
Book helps you unwind.
Seeing them responding to me, it's enough for me.
It's important to celebrate and to recognize the work of our school librarians here in the UAE because of the great impact that they have on our students within their education systems, but also because of the impact that school librarians create moving forward for years to come. The behaviors that are kind of cultivated in school libraries by these librarians are ones that students will take with them throughout their educational journey in their schools. Moving forward, if they decide to go to universities, trade colleges, and even how students proceed, beyond any educational years and how they become members of society and help us build what we're trying to achieve here in the UAE.
So Ms. Lakmi is an inspiration to all children and students in the school. She has supported many children in their achievements and she has inspired us all to believe in ourselves. Ms. Lakmi has helped me in achieving many things such as my Guinness World Records.
What I really like about the library is how many different sections of books there are and how many different authors there are. Also, I really like how the librarian gets you to read out of your comfort zone. I think she's a good librarian just because of how many good book recommendations she has and how much of a helpful librarian she is. She just knows so much about books and she knows a lot about the library, what books there are. She's also if you're trying to look for a author that you've read and you want to read more of their books, it's she'll know where the author is or people who are like the author.
I'd say that Miss Lakmi's prerogative is that she promotes reading for pleasure. So children aren't reading because they are forced to read, they are reading because she promotes that they enjoy their reading. Even this morning on the flag quad, we celebrated one of our children who is only 10 years old having a star reader age of 16 years old, which was quite the accomplishment. Miss Lakmi should win the School Librarian of the Year award for her contribution to the Al-Ain community. Children coming back in the evenings to read with their parents in our garden with our bedtime stories, taking us to Zayed Central Library, taking us to speak with Sultan Al-Niadi. She's far more than a librarian.
Helping them find out what they're interested in and then helping them find books on the topics that they're passionate about. I also enjoy when students improve their reading, they feel proud of themselves. So when I see that moment, it makes me very happy. Because of our small space, I have to think very carefully about how we use our space. I have a lot of passive programming activities scattered around the library, so children can take part in those while they wait for their turn to choose books. I also developed a library website for our students to use. They can read book reviews from other students and get ideas of what to read and share their ideas about what they like to see in the library.
We are visiting the shortlisted candidates which are spread all over the Emirate. And we are bringing their excellence to the community and finding the gap for the betterment since they are the leaders of innovation.
Every child, when he develops a reading habit and he or she achieves his goal, that is my proud moment. All the activities are planned towards reading for children as well as parents. how they can improve and how they can enhance their reading. So that was the main aim of that festival. It was a wonderful, successful program for us. Recently we held in the school.
Just befitting for this role. She has been a pioneer here at Buds Public School. She has been very active in encouraging students on a regular basis, and I think she really deserves. She has maintained our library regularly. She updates it, she encourages students, she helps students to come to the library and also, pick up book and read.
In the school library, every class we actually have presentations going on. So I really like the way they present, and I also got a chance to present one day. It really let me be very confident. I got to say what I wanted to say. I got to do what I wanted to do. She makes sure that we always feel comfortable, talk, and if we need any help, if we have some problems, we can always share it with her. She'll always be there for us.
What sits at the core of SLOI is true intentions and very strong efforts to be able to escalate literacy standards in both private and public schools. SLOI is here basically recognize what is happening well and what are some of the practices that can be shared with the other schools so everyone is a winner. I think what was very clear is that the schools are working extremely hard to bring what's happening in the UAE in the curriculum as well as in the recommended reading for students. So whether it was sustainability or appreciation for the leadership of the country, it was very clear through what's being recommended and some of the practices that are taking place by and through the library. I think the success of the school hinges on the success of the library.
Actually, it's my students, it's the review of my readers, it's the love of them which keep me moving. They are giving me wonderful reviews, which forces me also to read before them. So this is kind of a food for my soul. I don't think so. The society can manage itself without reading at all because it's a basic thing. When the child starts speaking, after the basic things, after that the first thing they're doing is a reading, and reading is a lifelong activity. We cannot manage our lives without reading at all. Even studying is a kind of reading. They're learning the content. They're reading and learning. So it is indispensable part of our society, and by that only we are able to be successful and do anything in our life. So reading is something which cannot be ignored by anybody. I think if we are reading a banner also, that's also is a kind of a reading. So everywhere around us is a reading. It's just we need to see which part we want to read and what we like. That's it.
I think my favorite part is probably this area because the positioned pillows and sofas that are related to UAE heritage and culture, and it's also a comfortable space to sit in.
And I personally like the idea that it's also booked selectively that is appropriate for the UAE culture as well. So, and not only that, there's more books on the UAE as well, so that people can learn about the UAE, which I like as an Emirati myself.
I'm thinking, how can I encourage my children to read books and other digital resources? How can I find their authentic resources? So as a media specialist, I have to go through various authentic resources. I have to recommend them properly. And also I'm conducting a lot of activities in the library to develop reading skills as well as their different intelligences. So the peer teaching sessions helping them a lot to develop their skills as well as the subject knowledge. That means the confidence. How can they stand in front of their peers and present the subject knowledge in front of the peers. The same thing way, we are conducting a lot of activities, book recommendations, book review presentations, book trailers, many activities like that. How can we support students' reading habits? How can we recommend books according to their Lexile level? How can we help to improve their Lexile level? So this thought came to the implementation of the AI robot in the school library. So we have implemented 2 robots, Pepper and Now. Pepper started in the month of May. This thought came to my mind because of this COVID situation. We face the challenge, how can we promote reading? How can we issue books? Observe that students are losing some habit to catch books. So I want to bring them back to book. They're stuck with the gadgets. So I won't leave them. So this way we are inspiring them to bookshelf. And also they are borrowing books according to the Lexile level.
I've worked with my colleagues as well as the teachers here to implement robotics in the fields of library to help assist students to find their books, find the right shelves, and to increase efficiency. Sustainability also comes in the forms of replacing old damaged books, which we work with closely with the recycling team, and we work in that fashion in order to ensure sustainability is at the forefront of what we do here. He's a great librarian, and he focuses on youth empowerment. What this means is he provides the right opportunities to the right students at the right times to help them grow into world leaders and to also help to empower them in various fields to have a global understanding of the world. And giving these opportunities is of paramount importance to the school because we shape these students to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I've been in education for 29 years now, and I have not had a librarian who is this involved in the day-to-day of what goes on in a school. He is out with the kids every day. If he doesn't have them in class, he's out there in their classes. He's with the school, our assemblies, he's with the school. With everything that we do, Mr. Jericho is present. And as a representative of the library, that's great because the kids see him as an integral part of the school. And they know that not only is learning going on in the classroom, they know that since Mr. Jericho's there, they can go learn with him as well. And so to have a librarian who's that interactive with our students, who's that present, and who inspires them on a daily basis in terms of reading and literature, I think that deserves to be a first place.
Believe me, I've never skipped a day to be absent in school when I started working as a librarian, and that's how I value my work. Yeah. One of the highlights that I'm really proud of is when I've made a bookmark, a thing that's usually put away, ignored, something that's just you put between the pages of something of value. You know, when you're a librarian, you're wearing many hats. So with ELF, I've had lots of feedback from the judges. Then on, I work myself to get better with the improvements.
We have something called stations. Every group has 5 minutes to go to each station.
Stations are really fun where we get to read books, and in the book borrowing station we can even borrow a book.
He really loves to do fun activities and he's like really flexible with us.
Well, Marina is more than just a librarian in our school. So I did actually have a list which I'm going to refer to. So we have lots of ongoing activities and workshops that happen within the normal curriculum time, the normal curriculum day. And we also have things that happen outside the curriculum, so co-curricular activities, one of which, the library one, is oversubscribed.
Another way that Marina has supported teaching and learning is working very closely with our teachers. We have developed our topics and themes that we learn throughout the year, and Marina has made sure that we have got all of the books that we need for the class sets and those opportunities for every class to have that book that they're looking at.
I just really think she's a great librarian, and I don't think she realizes how much we appreciate her and what she does for us. I've known her for a very long time, maybe 3-4 years, and so throughout our journey together she's taught me many things. She's taught me how to be patient, especially because I'm a mature reader and I can understand more difficult books. She's taught me to be more patient with them, take my time, and she's always encouraged me to try new genres, try new things, and I'm really grateful for her.
They grow beautifully when you give them the support and encouragement and confidence. You could do that through reading, which enhances their well-being, but also by helping them find books that they love to explore. And you will often get a reluctant reader in. And when you find them a series or something that they've just absolutely enjoyed, they have that confidence in your relationship
to help support them through this. But then they found their love for reading, and for me, that is a success story.
I've been in the school since September this year, and I've been thoroughly impressed with the amount of effort, collaboration that happens from Miss Madonna in terms of around the school with the staff in the school. She's here first thing on the morning, she's one of the last staff to leave. She's really here to help the students develop their reading skills and find a love for reading.
Miss Madonna, she reads for us, let us have fun activities, and let us in like a camping day, we have marshmallows. I want her to win because she reads a lot of books, non-fiction and fiction, and let us have fun.
Here in Dubai School Smerdif, I ensure that our students will get involved in reading and will let the parents and the teachers involved in reading journey of our students. I just designed with the 3 themes, which is the space area or the planetarium, the rainforest, and the desert oasis.
This is a really exciting year, I think, for the School Librarian of the Year Award because we've rolled out some new categories that I believe really assist the judging panel in highlighting some of the diversity of experience, expertise, and innovation of our school librarians.
Our librarian, Marlon, has internalized this particular vision, this particular belief of Al-Noor, this particular passion that every student at Al-Noor has a right to read. So in his activities, during his sessions, he has the right materials, he has the right resources and the right content through careful planning to include every student in his session.
I enjoy reading in the library. I like storybooks. Thank you.
He has a sort of different approach to teaching through books. Teacher Maran, you are a very good librarian, and thank you for teaching every one of us how to read. We enjoy the library session a lot. Thank you.
For me, it's very challenging to get a response from my students, but seeing them responding to me, to what I read to them, what did I share to them. There is a message for other librarians. I would say librarians are evolving. We are not just here to arrange, organize the books. We are also here to stand in our school. We can be a teachers also. We can teach our students how to read. And if there is something that's an hindrance of communication with the students, there is also other way that you can use. For us here in Al-Noor, we are using AAC and the core words for our students to understand more and respond to us, to understand what we are reading, what is the book about.
The library isn't just a session where the children come in and take a book and go. They come in, they're immersed in reading from the activity that's delivered to them by Tracy at the beginning of every lesson, her incredible knowledge of where to point children, her enthusiasm for new initiatives and competitions, which is never ending. She's willing to go above and beyond to make sure that all of our children are included in the amazing reading journey that they get at our school. I know this competition is supposed to be for this school year only, but in terms of how consistently Tracy has done this, it's quite incredible really, and we feel extremely blessed to have such a talented, enthusiastic and dedicated librarian at our school.
We get to decorate the library when it's some special occasion, like when it's autumn. We decorated the library with red leaves and pine cones, and when it was Christmas, we decorated the library with like Christmas trees. and stockings. Yeah. I've been in the school since FS1, so has Parisa. Miss Amori has always been really kind to me, helping me find out books. I really like the way she's able to just know what kind of book you might want to read next and to be able to know where everything is.
I'm very proud to have designed this library. It's purpose-built. It is made to fit lots of children in at once for author visits, and it houses a lot more books after we redesigned it. I found at one point that the scheduling of the classes wasn't working. We were a bit overrun with too many students in at once. So I went to the management of the school and said, can we change this? Is it possible? And so we reworked the schedule, and the result was that I was able to spend so much more time with each class and give them much more attention and guidance in what they read.
موظفة في هذه المدرسة بارعة جاذبة لأي طالب ومشجعة لأي طالب، فلذلك هي تستحق أن تكون من أوائل أو أولى أمينات أو قيمات المكتبة. لذا أنا أرشحها لأنها تبادر ومبادرتها كثيرة جدا، وخير دليل على ذلك ما عرضته وهو النظر القليل، وإنما هناك كثير من الأشياء التي أو المبادرات التي عرضتها سواء كان للطالبات أم للطلاب. فلهذا السبب أنا أرشحها الأولى على مستوى أمينات المكتبة أو قيمات المكتبة.
There are many things that I love doing in the school's library. One of them is just reading. After reading, there's also participating in competitions. There are some competitions that I've also participated in.
My favorite thing to do is in the school library is to come and get new information every day, meet new friends and new people that I can only meet at the library, that I can read with them and share my information and get a lot of information that I can learn every day and enjoy talking with them with the help with our beloved Miss Asma. I'm telling Miss Asma, good luck in your life and I hope you do really well in this competition.
تشجع المكتبة الطلاب على القدوم إليها من أجل القراءة والاطلاع والبحث، فكانت المكتبة دافعاً هاماً تساعد الطلاب وتشجعهم على القراءة من خلال إجراء العديد من الفعاليات والأنشطة المتنوعة، سواء كانت مسابقات أو مبادرات أو زيارات ورحلات خارج المدرسة إلى معارض الكتب والمكتبات العامة. فالمكتبة ليست كتباً على الأرفف، ولكنها هي تمثل قدوم الطالب إلى المكتبة يمثل دوراً هاماً في استكشاف كل ركن من أركانها والاستفادة منه ودعمه سواء في العملية الدراسية أو في حياته بشكل عام.
And Ms. Tayeba helps the students at MSB to raise their attainment in literacy. She has helped students relate to the characters in their books. She has helped them to develop that real life connection, help them imbibe those positive, those rich qualities. So basically, she has been inspiring our students work towards a positive change. She helps them developing that love for reading. She motivates them to read fiction as well as non-fiction. A lot of multicultural, diverse texts to the table where students get exposed to what's happening all around the world. They get to know people, they get to know personalities and celebrities all around the world and their achievements as well as their work that they've been doing for the noble cause.
I think she's a good librarian because mostly what librarians do is give us the book and tell us to read. But she helps us understand and think about the books on a deeper level.
I think I love this wall. It's my favorite wall. It speaks about me, about what I like. I feel this wall sort of calls the children inside. We face challenges all the time because we're obviously dealing with students, and students sometimes come with mood swings. But that's the, like I said, that's the magic of books. When you sit with them and you read, they de-stress and they let go of whatever's troubling them. And the book helps you unwind.
A lot of times people associate with school libraries with just reading and physical books.
Yes.
This year it's been really nice to see our school librarians take things to the next level and show that school libraries are, of course, they're there to engage students in reading for pleasure and building these really critical reading skills, but also preparing them for the future, technologies, ethical use of information, and understanding how to use these technologies effectively, efficiently, and to their benefit, but also to the benefit of our larger communities here.